and welcome to Mountain Patriot Homestead. Today I have went back to my little Bent and Dent store that is my favorite place to shop, and if you've watched any other of my store hauls, you know that I talk about them all the time. Not only great prices, but great people, and I just love them there. So I went today and picked up a few things, and I've got them in a box here beside me, so I'll be reaching and digging around, and you'll see me looking down because I do have my list here with me to keep me on track and to help me remember prices because I can't remember all this stuff off the top of my head. If you've not watched one of my store hauls before, I'll just tell you a little bit of how I do it. These are purchased. I do have a little salvage store, it's called Bent and Dent, that buys items that some of them are close to date. And by that I mean best by, not expiration date, like it's, gonna be ruined or anything, but best by dates. Some of it is overstocks that stores just had to get rid of to clear shelves for other reasons. And some of it is just brand new items that, for whatever reason they got a good deal on them and are passing them on to the customers. So I like coming on here and sharing what I've been able to find and encourage you to look for the same in your area. And today I not only want to tell you a little bit about what I have purchased and how much I saved on each item by comparing it to what similar prices would have been for these same items at local stores, but I want to, on some of this stuff, I have, maybe some tips that you might find helpful in case you find something similar in your area, or you come across something that maybe you can use in the same way. Sorry if you're hearing some little, tap, tap, tapping going on in the background. Pepper's restless and you'll hear her tiptoeing around the house. So let's get started. I don't know if any of y'all have ever ate Julio's tortilla chips before. And I don't know where else they sell them, but I do know that if you are from Texas, you have probably eaten Julio's before, and I'll tell you right now, Julio's is my hands down is my hands down favorite tortilla chips. I love them. They are just seasoned so well. And you can see this is a massive bag. It's a 19-ounce bag. And they were $1.49 at the Bent and Dent. And I got 3 of those. Now you may wonder why I would get 3 bags of chips and bring them home when there's only 2 of us. But I put, and I don't know if anybody else out there does this, but I put my chips, I will buy a bunch of bags. If I come across a good deal, I'll get several bags, and I put what I don't open and use immediately, I put them in the freezer. And then when I get ready for them, I'll pull them back out, and they'll be just as fresh and crispy as they were when I put them in. So I do freeze my chips, my tortilla chips. I put them in the freezer. Now, you may not have freezer room, and that may not be feasible for you, but if it is, you might try it and see, because it works for me, and I can get some really good deals on chips at times. But these Julio's chips normally sell for $3.98. I bought them for $1.49. I bought 3 bags of those. So with all 3 bags, I had a savings of $7.47. And moving along, a bunch of the stuff that I got today was geared toward the holidays, because I don't know if y'all realize it or not, but we're rolling toward the end of October rapidly, and when we hit November and December go by in a blur. So I went on ahead while they had things in stock there today. I grabbed them in anticipation for what I'll be using over the holidays. And I don't know if y'all like them or not, but I like these little graham cracker crusts. They're good for just all kinds of pie crust or pie crust, all different types of pies, whether it's icebox pies or if, heck, even throw, some apples in there, I'm sorry, I got a hair in my eye. Some cooked apples and a little bit of brown sugar streusel topping on top of that, and it makes excellent pies. But I bought 4 of these today, and I paid 49 cents for them. I got 4 at 49 cents. Normally, one of them sells for $2.94 at a regular store, $2.94. So for the 4 of these pie crusts, I saved $9.80. I will be using these for a lot of my fruit pies that I make throughout the holidays and after. I've got a bunch of persimmons out there on the tree that are almost ready. Some of them are ready, but I've got a bunch to be picked as soon as they're dead ripe. But I picked so many apples and pears this year that I've got a lot of things I can throw into pie crust. So that is what I did with the pie crust. And you've seen me buy these before, these old El Paso dinner kits. We break these up into multiple meals, so we do rather well with them. And I'm not showing you, if I bought 5 of something, I'm not showing you all 5 of them, but why I'm showing you these 3 is they were different kinds. But it was 2 for 99 cents for these meal kits. And these are the old El Paso. This is a taco bake. They had, I'm trying not to drop them, they had a carne asada steak one, and they also had the enchilada. I got 2 of the enchilada and then these 2. And I paid, it was 2 for 99 cents. Regularly, they're $3.58 each, depending on which kit you get at the store. Some are a little more, some are a little less, but it averaged out at $3.58. So I saved $5.18 off of these 3 kits that can be broke up into several meals, because we won't use all of one for just the 2 of us. So that is several meals there. Sorry for all the extra noise. Now, something I never buy just because it is so expensive. My husband loves pretzels, but we usually have to stick with the Rolled Gold and Pennywise and what's the other brand that they carry at like Dollar Tree? It's a good brand, but I can't think the name of it right this second. But anyway, I love this brand of pretzels. I don't know if y'all have ever tasted them. It's the Dots pretzels, but wow, they are so expensive. So I don't buy these, but I found them today at Dollar Tree, I didn't find them at Dollar Tree. Found them today at Benton Dent, and it's the Southwest seasoned, now I can't talk, Southwest seasoned pretzel twist. And I paid 49 cents for this 5-ounce bag. Normally, this size bag of these, $4.38. I don't like pretzels enough to pay $4.38 for a 5-ounce bag of them. I do like them enough, though, to pay 49 cents for them. So, nice snack. And if you think about it, it's coming up, well, it's football season, or just sports season, period, where a lot of folks, I don't, but a lot of folks get together and sit around and watch ball games and that sort of thing. And you need snacks. A lot of times people will, make some type of Chex Mix or something. These would be really good to toss into a trail mix type thing. And that Southwest seasoned ought to taste, add a really good flavor to it. But again, 49 cents, and it saved me $3.89. So good savings on just that. All right, now I bought 2 of these, and normally I wouldn't pick up anything like this, but I got to looking at them and got to thinking what it is. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little flat iron skillet, a little cast iron skillet. I'm sure it's not like high quality or anything, but it's a little flat iron skillet, and it comes with a cookie mix that you can bake and bake it right into the skillet And it was $2.99, and I picked up a couple of them because I got to looking at it and thinking, what a great gift this would be for somebody just starting out learning to cook, or for a kid, for any holiday, whether it was birthdays, Christmas, just whatever. This would be a great gift, because not only do they get the experience of learning how to cook, but then they've got a little skillet, a little, flat iron that they can keep as a little heirloom piece, as a little memory piece, and possibly a start for a future cast iron collection. That's about all I cook in is cast iron, and so this kind of gets somebody else started on the journey. But I picked up 2 of those, and like I said, they were $2.99. I almost hesitate to tell you how much I found them priced for. And when I tell you the prices that I find things for, I'm not trying to exaggerate prices. I'm not trying to pump up my balloon by making it sound like I've saved $1 million on stuff. I try to find things at, I'll just tell you, I try to find stuff on Walmart, because Walmart is usually what's close to most people here in the U.S. and where a lot of people shop. A lot of people don't shop there, but a lot of people do, and it's easy to find prices on them. Well, the cheapest price that I could find for these, $16 each. $16. Well, I wouldn't have paid no $16 for it, but I paid $2.99 for it, and so for the 2 of those, I saved $26.02, and this will make a great gift and heirloom piece for somebody. Try not to crush all my other stuff that I've got over there. I figure just any time now things are just going to tumble off and there'll be this big crash, but if it is, we'll all jump together. All right, the next thing I got, again, thinking ahead for the holidays, and I bought 2 bags of each one of these. One is the semi-sweet, don't know if you can see it when I'm holding it off screen, semi-sweet chocolate chips, and the special dark chocolate. Now, I love special dark chocolate, so I bought these because, again, holidays, and I paid $1.79. I got 2 bags of each. $1.79 is what they were. The cheapest I could find them was $2.57 each, and so for each one of these flavors, I saved $1.56 for 2 bags of each one. So pretty significant savings there, especially if you calculate that into what the prices are for around the holidays. I know a lot of things go on sale, but do y'all really anticipate there being a lot of sales this year? I'm telling you, I'm not seeing a lot of sales advertised. I know my oldest said that in his area, they were already putting some of the holiday meats out for sale, but I haven't seen that here. I have not seen an advertisement for anything. I'm not seeing it here yet. Now, maybe soon, but not yet. And a side note, as well as talking about expensive food, a friend of mine posted on her Facebook today that she had went into a grocery store, took her own bag, took her own bags, because that's the way most stores are getting anymore. So she took her own bags in there and brought out 2 bags of groceries. Now, of course, there are variables of what part of the country were you shopping in, what kind of store were you shopping in, and what did you put in those bags. But regardless, short of it was gold bricks, she came out with 2 bags of groceries, $300. $300, 2 bags of groceries. I don't know if I'm just so out of touch with what things cost, because we grow most of our food here. This stuff that you see me pick up at the Benton Dent is just things to supplement, to a lot of times sauces to change flavors and to spice it, just change things up a little bit. But for the most part, we grow most of our own food. So I think we are really out of touch as far as the cost of meats and vegetables and even fruits. I know when I went to buy any type of meat to make, because I was just going to use liver or something because I'm low on liver, I was going to just buy some liver to make Pepper's pet food. I told you that recently in that pet food video. And the price of it just knocked me down. It was like, I'm not paying that much. So, just using alternatives for things. So, anyway, that got off on that side note. But anyway, let's keep going. You've seen me buy this cheese before. This is the equivalent of Velveeta. I don't think you can see it, but it is Walnut Creek. Today I was trying to tell somebody about it, and I think I called it everything but Walnut Creek. But it's Walnut Creek, and it's the Milt's Cheesy. And this is the one thing that I took a hit on. I paid $5.99 for it, and the price that I found it at Walmart, the Great Value, was $5.28. I could have bought Great Value brand, so 71 cents in the negative for me on this. However, I will say I like this better than the Great Value. I like this better than the Velveeta. So even though I went on ahead and on this paper, I took it as a hit for 71 cents. In reality, I would rather have this cheese than those others. So, like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to cheat or anything. So I took the hit and put it 71 cents in the hole on this one item. Okay. Now the next thing, and I don't hardly ever buy mac and cheese. For one thing, my husband don't like mac and cheese, but I do, and every once in a while, I don't mind having mac and cheese just as a meal. Reminds me of when my kids were little, and sometimes that's all they wanted was mac and cheese. But this deluxe mac and cheese from Kraft, I paid 79 cents for it. Regular price, $3.43. Mac and cheeses went up so high. So $2.64 is what I saved on that. And you've seen me get this before. I picked up the pure raw honey again. I picked up a couple more jars of it, and it's pure honey. It's not like some of it that is cut with corn syrup and all of that stuff. It's pure honey. And it's the grade A honey. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with this. I came across some honey the other day at a little flea market yard sale kind of thing that we were at, and they had a fella out there selling hot honey. And I looked at it, and he had the ingredients written out on it, and it was like, I bet I can make that because all it is it's honey, chili pepper flakes, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Well, that can't get any more simple. So I found a recipe for it, and I'm just going to make up some. And you know, think about that would make, if you were, think of making a little, for Christmas maybe, a little charcuterie board and including some hot honey to go with it. So I really like the flavor of that hot honey. So that's what I'm going to do with some of this honey that I picked up. I got 2 jars, paid $4.79 a piece for them. The equivalent price that I found was $10.47 each. And so for the 2 of them, I saved $11.36 together. All right, let's move right along. What else am I looking for? All right. Yes, men's vitamins. Vitamins are something else that have gotten really expensive, and make sure my husband takes his vitamins every day. But this size vitamin at the store, $9.97. I paid $5.99, so I saved $3.98 on just one thing of vitamins for him. So keep him healthy, keep him working. All right, I picked up 4 cans of Nestle's, and this is the dulce de leche, the caramel sauce, and it's kind of like the sweetened condensed milk, except this is already made into caramel sauce. Again, thinking holidays, and I picked up 4 of these cans. They were 79 cents each, but regular price for these things are $3.53 each. I wouldn't have bought them if it was that much, but $3.53 each. Saved $10.96 off of 4 cans of them. And a nod to more of my Texas family, friends, and I say Texas, I guess they've moved all over the place. They're even up here in Arkansas now, but Whataburger. But this is the Whataburger buffalo sauce, and I picked this up today because, like I said, I like buying different sauces because that helps us change up our meals. And so I picked up this buffalo sauce, and I paid 79 cents for it, and regular's $4.74. So I saved $3.95 just on this little bottle of sauce. And next, now remember I was talking about the honey and about putting chili flakes. Well, I got to looking because I was thinking, oh, I can make that honey. And then I realized, wow, I have almost went through all of my homemade chili flakes. So I had to bite the stick and go buy me some more chili flakes. So anyway, I found this little jar of chili flakes that actually will make quite a bit because you don't put just a whole lot in each thing of that honey. But I paid $2.99 for it, and the equivalent is $4.36. So I saved $1.37 on this jar. $1.37. So plugging right along. Peppers, you've seen me buy peppers before. I love these banana peppers. And I paid $1.49 for this. How big a jar is this? It's about this big. I don't see a size. Surely, oh, right in front of me. 12 ounces of banana peppers, and this is the Italian seasoned. This will make really good, you know, those Italian sandwiches with pastrami and all of that type of thing, and then some good Italian seasoned banana peppers. It would also be, I think, really good in the Mississippi pot roast, putting some of this in some of that Mississippi pot roast. I think I'll try that because I love the peppers and the Mississippi pot roast. But anyway, paid $1.49. Regular price was $2.28, so I saved 79 cents. Now, you may kind of think, 79 cents, that's not that big of a deal. However, you know, 79 cents is, you get enough of those 79 cents and they add up pretty quick. So lemon icing. As you notice this time, I've got like the chocolate chips and things, but I have not gotten a whole lot of other dessert type things, pie crust and stuff. I guess once I get to thinking about it, yeah, I have. But regardless, I found a couple of cans of lemon icing today, frosting, whatever you call it, and I love lemon. So I picked it up, and it was 99 cents, and I bought 2 of those, and normally they're $1.92, so I saved $1.86 on 2 of those. Let's see, here's another sauce I picked up. I love Thai Kitchen. Thai Kitchen's a good brand, and this is the sweet red chili. I really like it just as a dipping sauce, but it's good in a lot of your Asian recipes. But again, I like it just as a dipping sauce. If you have egg rolls, spring rolls, dumplings, whatever, you can use this and dip. Just use it as a dipping sauce, makes it really easy. But I paid 79 cents for it, and normally $3.98. So $3.19 saved on just this little jar of sauce. And I don't normally buy the pumpkin pie mix. I would rather, well, normally I have my own pumpkin, but my pumpkin didn't grow this year. But normally I have my own pumpkin, and I make my own pumpkin puree, and then I make my own pumpkin pie mix. But I came across this today. They had it there at the Benton Dent, and it's the pumpkin pie mix, where you just pretty much, what does it say? You put in evaporated milk, eggs, and put it in a pie shell, and you've got a pumpkin pie. And is it as good? I don't know. But will it pass? Yes. So anyway, I picked this up today. Paid $1.99 for it. Normally, and I know this stuff has went up because I have bought this in the past, and I don't remember it being this much. But $4.47 is the normal price, so I saved $2.48 on just that can. Now this is something that we keep around because we do use our dishwasher, and if you don't use something in there, sometimes your stuff will start turning up cloudy. Your dishes will start looking like, okay, these don't look clean to me. And we use Jet Dry because we use the Finish instead of the Cascade. Cascade probably has their version of it too, but we use Finish. And they had Jet Dry. They had a couple of bottles of Jet Dry, and I picked them up today. $3.99. I knew I was going to be saving money on these. $3.99 each, and I bought 2 of them. They are normally $7.47 each, so I saved $6.96 for both these bottles. Now y'all are going to think I've lost my mind. I even had somebody looking at my buggy going, "Man, that's a big bottle of ketchup." Well, it's actually not a bottle. It's actually a big can. It's a number 10 can. You can see it's got a little dent right there, but guarantee you it's sealed up. I'm not feeling anything where it's not sealed. It's not bulging. Nothing's wrong with it. But this is 114 ounces of ketchup. My husband loves ketchup. And ketchup can be used in barbecue sauces. It can be just used on French fries. But he loves ketchup, and I was saying Heinz earlier, I think, but it's Hunt's ketchup. And he likes store-bought ketchup. I've tried making homemade ketchup, and he's not a fan. I don't know if it's just in his head that he likes store-bought, or he just would rather have store-bought, but whatever. When I can buy 114 ounces of it for $3.29, I don't mind it. It took less time for me to put that in the buggy than it does to make homemade ketchup, but regardless, Normally the price would be $14.99, so I saved $11.70 just on this can of ketchup. Again, not a bad deal, and I would, you know, if I go back in there and they have more, I'll probably pick up some more cans because, you know, he likes it, it's going to get eat, and it saves me time. And it saves me tomatoes. All right, I spent $68.85. Of course, that's without any taxes or anything on that. But $68.85 is what I spent on all of this stuff. Now, mind you, just what I showed you is not all of it because I bought multiples of some of this, like I told you. But I saved out of all of that with everything put together, added together, I saved $116.01. That 1 cent's important, but $116.01. As we've talked before, if you've watched any of my store haul videos before, if this is your first time watching, you may be saying, I don't have a place like that around here. We don't live close to your Benton Dent. So you telling me about this is pointless. Well, let me put it to you this way. Everybody is out there right now struggling. And I say everybody, there may be some that aren't. But if you're watching my video, you're probably not in the mega billion-dollar category. Though you may be, and if you are, glad to have you. But for the most part, most people I know are struggling, and if they're not struggling, they are trying not to be wasteful with their money. They're trying to be more frugal. So think of saving money at, you know, your salvage stores, your thrift stores, your garage sales, your yard sales, your flea markets, wherever you can find discounted goods. Think of that as a second job. Or for some of you, it may be a third or fourth job. But think of it that way. I went today, and it took me I probably wasn't in that store 20 minutes, and that was with talking, because I get in there and get to talking to everybody. But I probably wasn't in there for 20 minutes. And then now I'll have to put the stuff up. But other than that, if it takes me an hour to do that, and then the time that it saves me and all the amount of meals that I can prepare from all of this, if we have guests at the holidays, the food that I can give them, even gifts that I can make to give, if you can add all of that up, just that $116, if you just add that up and think of that, if it took me an hour to put all of this together to, bring it home, put it up, if I made $116 an hour, that's a pretty good salary. So if you think of when you're saving money by going to these discounted places, clearance places, secondhand places, think of those as a part-time job, a way to make extra money, because that's $116 that I get to keep in my pocket instead of paying out for things that aren't going to be any better anywhere else. So just think of it as a side job. It should motivate you to look a little harder, ask around, ask your family, ask your friends, ask just whoever you know, do you know of a place where I can find stuff like this? And you might be surprised, because a lot of times, like the Benton Dent, it's not even in town. It's at the outskirts of town. It's in a little unassuming building that when they took it over, the owner of the building wasn't even sure that they would be able to make it where it was located when he sold it to them. And they have taken that and they have ran with it, and they have done such a good job with keeping it stocked, and the customers are just so loyal that it is a successful business. They could probably expand, but it would cost them more money to do so, and they would have to pass that along to the customers as well. But look in places that you don't expect to find these type of stores. Another place to look is look in your Asian markets. Look in your Latino markets. A lot of times you will find in some of these cultural food markets some really good deals on things. Find somebody in your area. If you like homemade bread and you just don't have time or don't believe you have the talent yet to make your own bread, but you know somebody that does, maybe you could barter with them. You make me some bread and I'll cut your hair, or you make me some bread and I don't know, make you some soup. You can trade things back and forth with neighbors. That's okay. But there are so many ways out there that you can save money, that you can be frugal. You just got to look and treat it like it's another job. But it doesn't have to be a bad job. It can be a fun job. This is treasure hunting for me, and I think I found some treasure today. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Hope you come back. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. And I do hope to see you back again here at Mountain Patriot Homestead. Love y'all. Mountain Patriot Homestead, signing out.